Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a special video. We're going to do a tutorial on a clock design that does not use hoppers and uses droppers instead. So if you play on any kind of skyblock type of server, and right now I'm on Skybounds, that's where I wanted to do the video at because that's the current one. But if you're playing on any kind of skyblock world server, a lot of times you'll have crops that will be growing or something will be happening, and you want to automate that with a clock that's can be a pretty long duration and be able to do something at the end of that long duration and AFK so that you can just AFK and have automation on your island. So typically, and if you've watched my channel before, this is the standard Ethonian hopper clock that I usually build. This one here, being a single stage like this, would get you 2 minutes 15 seconds or so, and it just works by the stuff wherever you put in the hoppers, going back and forth between the hoppers, and when one hopper empties out, it sends a signal and goes along and you get an output pulse. The problem with this design is that on a lot of Skyblock servers, the hoppers cause problems. The more hoppers you have on the island, the more problems you're going to have. And also they can be expensive. It depends on the server, of course, but a lot of times servers to make it so that it's painful to put hoppers on your island, bump up the cost of them. And also, I've had problems before with these sticking for whatever reason. A lot of times you'll just see the items will be all filled up in one hopper and they ain't moving. And a lot of times you have to end up even breaking something and replacing it to get that to work again. And that's a pain in the butt. So I've always been on the lookout for a new design for this, and it's also pretty expensive for not only the hoppers, but so if you needed a timer that was over, say, 2 minutes and 15 seconds, then you'd have to put a second stage here to drive this one at a slower rate. And so now you've got two of these things, and in fact, even in the past, I've even made one main primary clock and ran that signal all over the island to the other secondary systems that I needed at different rates. So it can get pretty complicated, and yeah, so so been on the lookout for something to replace this, and was really on this season of Skybounds was really, since we're back to using farms, I was like, ah, geez, okay, well, here we go with the hopper clocks again, and having them get stuck. And I've tried different ways of making sure these kick over, and there's other things that you can kind of do, and sometimes it helps a little bit, but at the end of the day, on the server with the redstone and the lag a lot of times is what causes this. So I was complaining about it on my videos, and one of my viewers, Russ Wilson, IGN Russ Wilson, found another video and said, hey, I built this and come to my island and check it out. And I did, and I'll put a link to that video. But to be honest with you, it's a little painful to watch. Fu NGO did the video, and it was back in 2017. So this has been out there for a while, and I haven't ever seen anybody else do anything like this. Doesn't look like that person is active anymore on YouTube, and I wanted to make sure we got this because I think this is a pretty good little design. So let's go down here to the one of the first ones that I built of this, and you can see right now I've got it driving this little farm here, and then I've got another one over there, and so we get just a straight output here, and it comes into this other circuit to double pulse the dispensers for water, and then we've got auto chest up there to collect the stuff. So this right now and so for instance on this one I have two different, a lot of times I'd run the whole farm with one set of timers because, you know, like I said, they were expensive, and building them, you know, so I just picked the longest time. But in this case, since these are relatively inexpensive and they give you a pretty good control, I was able to build one here for these crops, potatoes and carrots in this case, grow a little bit slower than the wheat up here. So I've got two different of these dropper timers to go. So you can see this is the first one that I built, and I'll go ahead and be reproducing this one. And let me get back up here and we'll show you some of the basics of this, because you can actually break this into two parts where it kind of makes sense to even me how it works. So the first part is this clock system here. And this is a nice little clock system. You could use this for a lot of other things. And it's controllable on off. So it's got a switch. You can turn everything on and off here, and it goes at a pretty constant rate. So right now, the two repeaters here, this one here is set to 4 and this one is set to 3, and then with the other redstone delays in the system, it actually turns into a 10 tick timer, which is about once every 2 seconds, and it's pretty steady. And in fact, I've got that that blinking redstone torch over here. I brought it up here just so I can make sure that the clock keeps running, and so far it hasn't stopped. It's been running for a couple days now. So this is a nice little clock system. You can make it faster by reducing this and reducing the ticks on these repeaters here and make it faster. You can actually make it a little bit slower, but not a lot. But anyways, yep, so this is the first thing that we're going to be building, or actually this is the clock that we're going to be building to drive our droppers. Now the thing about the droppers is we can have stuff go back and forth between them, but we need a way to see what's in each one, and that's what these, so right now I've kind of made a dummy one here with these switches instead of the droppers, just so you can see what happens. So let me make sure, I should have checked first. Yep, so okay, so good. So this is a nice, it's a RS NOR latch circuit. I wouldn't worry about it too much. I would just make sure that you build it the way I show you to, and it'll work. It's a nice little circuit where it will detect when one's empty, and then it will put an output signal every time one is empty. You can see here, so I've turned this one off, and now this redstone torch is powering this repeater, and it turned this guy off, which hold on, which goes back around here. Yeah, so anyways, yeah, just build it like I'm going to show you, and you shouldn't have any problems with it. But this is really the magic sauce here on how this is set up to take what's in the droppers and make it into a signal that you can do something with. So anyways, to do this, we will need 6 repeaters, 4 comparators, 2 droppers, 7 torches, 3 pieces of redstone, a lever, 11 building blocks, and then 3 of something that we're going to put in droppers. And I'll explain this here in a little bit. So the way I want to start here is, this is, if you remember down here, this is to give me the double pulse to activate activate the dispenser for the water. So this is, if I don't always do this, and I probably should, because this sets your, if you start at the other end and work your way forward, you can do that, but I usually hose that up. So if I start where I want the output to go and then work backwards, it seems to work for me better. So anyways, we're going to start off, and we're going to put a block here, and that's our output. And let's see, yeah, so then we're going to put 2 more blocks there, and we're going to come over here and put the two comparators, and then we're going to put down one dropper here, and then we're going to put the other dropper facing this way, so that we've got the those are going to be our droppers going back and forth. Now we need to build up here, and we're going to go like this, and one there, and let's see, just to make sure. Yep, so I need oops, not there, there and there, and then here I need one up there, and then we don't need that one, missing one, hold on, that one there, oh, it's this one here I don't need, that one here goes there, there we go, that looks right, yep, so you got two here, you got two here, you got three on the bottom, and you got one over here. Now we're going to go ahead and put in yeah, that's right. So I should have two. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and put a redstone block there. So now we're going to go ahead and put a repeater here facing that way. Come back over on this side, put a repeater there facing the other way, and then we're going to put a repeater on top of that dropper there. And now we're going to put some redstone. We're going to put one there, and we're going to put two up here. Now we're going to place the torches, and the torches are the other part of this that's pretty key. So we're going to put under these two blocks here, we're going to put a torch there and a torch there, and then we're going to put one here, and then we're going to come around over on this side and put one there, and then one here, just like that. So good. Yep. And then let's see, so I should have, so then I need, so I got one there and one there. Alright, that looks right. I think I'm short one. Come on, I'm short one. So we got two there, one there, one there. Alright, so I'm short one. That's okay. So now we put, now we come over here and put the torch there and a torch here, and now we'll be building our clock circuit. So let's get one repeater here, and we'll put this one at 4 ticks, put this one here at 3 ticks, and then we'll run a comparator here and put subtraction on. Another comparator here with subtraction on, a redstone block there, repeater there. I need to buy one redstone torch, so you do actually need 8 torches. Put that there and put our on off here. Does that look right? That looks right to me. So now in the dropper, I'm going to go ahead and put 3 pieces of dirt here, and this will give us a 6-second time. So figure out how long you need. Oops, I'm going to need another piece of red dust too, redstone. So anyways, figure out how long you need, and then divide it by 2. So like if we needed 6 seconds, then we'd put 3 in here. If we needed 120 seconds, we would put 60 in here. So how much ever time you need it to run for, just divide that by 2 and put that number of blocks in here. So you can actually get up to over 40 minutes if you fill all 9 boxes up, which is a pretty nice for a real long delay if you need it. And it seems to be pretty darn accurate. Let me buy one more piece of redstone. So you actually need 4 redstone, so there we go. Alright, good. So now we should be able to come over here and turn it on, and if it doesn't work, you won't see this video. Alright, so our clock's running, and we got stuff happening, and there goes our pulse, and we got a double pulse out of there. So yep, so every 6 seconds this will come along, and we'll get a pulse out, and get this second pulse out to to turn it off. So if you just needed one pulse, then you could get rid of this circuitry over here. And then you may need, depending on how long you need in between your double pulse to activate and deactivate a dispenser, you may need to put more repeaters in the loop there to get a longer delay between the pulses. This is a really, really nice setup. Having these at 4 and 3, these two repeaters here with the clock, there's no sound, there's no click clack back and forth. It really makes this a really nice. I'm sorry to geek out, but this is pretty darn sweet. This is pretty darn sweet. I'll be building this as my clock from here on out. So anyways, like I said, it's pretty easy to build, pretty inexpensive, and the other reason I wanted to do this tutorial is so I've got something to go back and reference when I need to make more of these. The more of them I make, the easier it gets to I'll get to remember how to do it. So anyways, wanted to say hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and we wanted to say thanks for everybody for all the support. Thanks for watching. Make sure you're hitting that like button. Please leave any comments, questions, suggestions down below. Please tell your friends about me, and please subscribe. Everyone be good and take care.